what we always term as ironclad brothers. This friendship between China and Pakistan, we have always termed higher than Himalayas and deeper than the deepest oceans and stronger than steel and iron and sweeter than honey. And this friendship, ladies and gentlemen, has no parallel in the annals of history. This friendship was based on honesty of purpose, on mutual respect, and the will to cooperate with each other through happy and difficult times. Chinese leadership over the last 7.5 decades of our friendship and association has demonstrated beyond any ray of doubt that China is a sincere and true friend of Pakistan, who has stood by Pakistan through thick and thin, difficult times, earthquakes, floods. China stood by Pakistan like no other nation. And I say this with deepest conviction from the core of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, I will fast forward. After our elder generations established this glorious coordination between the two great countries, in 2015, China and Pakistan signed CPEC agreement. Our great leader, my dear brother, very dear brother, President Xi Jinping, was very kind and gracious to visit Pakistan in April 2015 and signed CPEC agreement with my elder brother, Prime Minister Mohammad Nawaz Sharif. And as a result, $33 billion investment was made by Chinese companies in Pakistan. At that point in time, we were facing load shedding up to 20 hours a day. Our industry had come to a halt, and within no time, by 2018, Pakistan became self-sufficient in its energy needs, all because of CPEC, all because of President Xi Jinping's visionary and dynamic leadership and support to Pakistan, that we were free of load shedding. And then there was a phase of great industrial comeback, revival in Pakistan, agricultural revival in Pakistan. And not only that, under CPEC, great infrastructure project was also undertaken. Road network, Orange Line in Lahore, and dams, and many other projects. And this turned Pakistan's economy like never before. And then, ladies and gentlemen, there was a pause. I'm not going to go into detail. There was a pause and things slowed down. And now, ever since Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's government came back again, and this government, in April 2024, these relations, alhamdulillah, by the grace of God, have been not only revived, but that warmth has come back again. That trust has come back again. That mutual respect has come back again. And this is what I think was the need of the hour. And today, we are ready to launch CPEC 2.0. And this CPAC 2.0 would comprise of B2B investments, like what we see here in this great hall, and agriculture. Now, agriculture is one area which is Pakistan's backbone of Pakistan's economy. 60% of our economy relies on agriculture. And here, China has really excelled. And these great companies sitting in front of me in this hall, I would encourage you to please come forward and contribute your experience, your expertise, your investments in Pakistan to boost our agriculture. And that will be a win-win situation. We can have back-to-back agreements and export those products which China imports from other countries, even from Pakistan as I speak today. And then, of course, is another very important area, IT and AI, where China is a world leader. And then mines and minerals is another very important potential area of mutual cooperation. And then, ladies and gentlemen, of course, special economic zones. These are the pillars of CPAC 2.0. And then, to top it all, that area of Chinese industrial houses, which is no more competitive with other countries for a variety of reasons. For example, labor in this country has become expensive. Two, China has gone to much higher level of technology and transformation. That industry could be shifted to Pakistan, like textile, like leather and other areas. And the combination of Pakistani cheaper labor, skilled labor, cheaper, and joint ventures between Pakistani entrepreneurs and Chinese entrepreneurs, we can convert this opportunity into a great win-win equation between China and Pakistan. Produce those items in Pakistan, be competitive and export to third countries, and Chinese investors would have their profits and Pakistani investors would have their profits. So this is, I think, the sum total crux of CPAC 2.0. And I would encourage all Chinese investors sitting here in this hall and those who are not here, please make use of this opportunity. And I want to tell you very frankly, for this purpose, I have brought along with me government official delegation here in Beijing. Here we have federal ministers ranging from agriculture, IT, commerce, finance, and of course, power sector and other areas which have mutual relevance. And that shows, ladies and gentlemen, that how much importance we attach with our economic relations with this great country, China. And I think I'm here speaking to you first as Chief Executive Officer of Pakistan and then as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, because if our economy strengthens, everything would fall in place. Today, alhamdulillah, I can say, with your great support, Pakistan's economy is now stable. Our macro indicators are reflecting progress in future, in short term, medium term, and long term, inshallah. And this all happened because of President Xi Jinping's personal commitment to Pakistan. And now we are ready to compete with other countries in this race of economic development with Chinese cooperation. But the question, obviously, which is concerning most of you, is about security in Pakistan. But I want to make it clear before this August assembly of great leaders that security of Chinese brothers and sisters in Pakistan is paramount for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say sky is the limit. Please come forward and change the landscape, both in terms of Chinese progress and welfare and Pakistani progress and prosperity. And obviously, I want to also address one point that delays take place, there are impediments and things don't move efficiently enough as you expect from your standards here in China. And I think you have a point over there. Let me assure you, my very dear Chinese brothers and sisters, along with Pakistani entrepreneurs, that we will not tolerate even a second's delay in taking decisions to facilitate you to invest in Pakistan. Owner of Challenge Group, the gentleman sitting in front of me, 3 weeks ago, he was in Islamabad. And he said, Prime Minister, we have been facing some problems and it has taken months and the issue hasn't been resolved. I was sitting with my cabinet colleagues and I said, within 24 hours, resolve this issue. Ladies and gentlemen, his issue was resolved within 24 hours. And this is what I assure you. Pakistan is your second home, like China is our second home. Please come forward and have joint ventures, investments, whatever, in whatever fashion and form and format you want to have. You will be given full support from all ministries and from all other independent authorities and entities. And soon, inshallah, we will have not one, but many special economic zones comprising of Chinese and Pakistani investors. This is my dream, and we have to convert this dream into action. We have to implement in latent spirit. In that, I would certainly seek your support, and on our side, my colleagues are sitting here. I am, in fact, very humbly, I am going to convey them once again that with Chinese investors, we will have to open our doors and not keep them waiting even for a second and resolve all their genuine issues and cut all kind of red tape. And that is what my mission is, and that is what CPAC 2.0 is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'd like to say 2-3 things. That I visited your great country for the first time back in 1982. And I visited Beijing, Shanghai, and a couple of other cities. And after our visit, our ambassador in Pakistan hosted a dinner for us. And he asked us our impression about our visit to China. When he asked me, I said, China is suffering from success and not failure. He said, what do you mean? I said, Chinese leadership has provided basic needs of life to every Chinese citizen. And now look at, just within 50 years, you have created a miracle which is 8th wonder of the world. You are now the second largest economy of the world. You are now the mightiest, one of the mightiest military power of the world. Yesterday, we all witnessed to your military prowess. And I was not only deeply impressed, but I was most happy guest sitting over there that our brother China is now militarily also a part to be reckoned with. And this is what success is all about. Nothing succeeds like success. It's all about hard work, sacrifice, untiring efforts, blood and sweat. There is no other way to get. So my Chinese friends, I want to borrow this model from you and replicate in Pakistan. Last year, when I was here in Beijing, on the invitation of my very dear brother, President Xi Jinping, I told him, I said, Mr. President, what we see around here in China, it's absolutely fantastic and a phenomenal progress in such a short period of time. And I said, not only you are a very dynamic leader, visionary leader, who has transformed Chinese society, but you have gone beyond that. You have shared Chinese prosperity and progress with nations around the globe. Not only you have lifted about 700 million people out of poverty in China and given them productive jobs, but you have offered jobs to millions around the globe who are jobless. You have changed the destiny of nations. You have transformed countries and taken them out of poverty towards prosperity and happiness. And this is what is called shared destiny. This is what is called multilateralism. And I think President Xi Jinping stands outstanding in this particular arena. Ladies and gentlemen, today that day has come to create industrial and agricultural progress. Today we need to acquire your expertise and technology and experience in all these fields, which will one day soon convert Pakistan into a strong, vibrant economy. And it is difficult, but not impossible. It is difficult, but not impossible. And how can we achieve this? The way you have achieved your progress, the way you have achieved your prosperity. Yesterday we celebrated your great 80th anniversary. And of course, summit in Tianjin. Here we are, now talking serious business. I will not take much of your time. I would like to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, that it is such a pleasure and an honor to be here before you, this great assembly of great business entrepreneurs, investors, traders, and professionals. I want to assure you, I will be back here again this afternoon to witness signing ceremony of many joint ventures and MOUs. But these will be not papers, these will be converted into implementation within no time, the moment I land back in Pakistan. God bless you. Pakistan-China friendship, Zindabad, Pak-Chin Dosti, Zindabad.
Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, members of the Cabinet, Excellencies, senior officials, Pakistani and Chinese business persons, I welcome you all to the concluding session of today's conference. We have reached the culminating moment of today's event, the signing of joint ventures, agreements, and MOUs, which are the concrete outcomes of today's conference, serving as the stepping stones for China-Pakistan B2B community of shared future. First, we have the joint ventures. Then, we will have the MOUs. The total value of joint ventures which we have concluded today comes to $4.2 $2 billion. The total number of these MOUs is 21. I welcome high-tech technological concern, Weiche Lowell Intelligent Agricultural Technology Company, IMGC, Zhonghui Agricultural Development, Barak Tractors, Shinju Kun Chongqing Industrial